Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are in the Exiled Lands, in map square L7, building an Elven Home. This build is heavily modded, as it is a practice for the Elven architectural style for the Colonizing Conan project. If you'd like to see the mods I've used, I will leave a link to the Colonizing Conan mod collection on Steam in the pinned comment below. As usual, this video is indeed sponsored by NordVPN. You can get 68% off a 2-year deal plus a month free when you visit nordvpn.org/eradyt. Stick around until the end of the video for more details on how to browse the internet safely and securely with NordVPN. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off with, of course, the base plate. I chose to use marble brick for this build, as clean white stone seems to be somewhat characteristic of many Elven designs. I went for a fairly amorphous but overall quite simple base plate, and I'll be building 3 separate structures onto this base plate, though you could of course build one larger interconnected structure if you wanted to. I will say that the shape of this base plate doesn't necessarily lend itself well to symmetrical builds, so therefore if you wanted something with straight edges, or at least something that's a bit easier to build, you could use square foundations rather than the square and wedge ones that I did. It's all really personal choice. Next, for the walls. I chose to again use clean white stone with the anthracite brick pieces from the AOC mod, along with storm glass. I built 3 different buildings on this base plate, with the first being a 2-stage tower and then 2 1-story high buildings on either extending side of the base plate. It was actually kind of difficult to find examples of Elven architecture that didn't emulate the Art Nouveau architectural movement, which is pretty much impossible in Conan. The Elven architecture that didn't emulate Art Nouveau was of quite large builds, namely castles, cathedrals, or even entire cities. Therefore, I kind of had to find a middle ground where I could adapt to fit the style, and it was overall pretty challenging. The decoration I did in the furnishing phase definitely helps to make the build feel more Elven, but the architectural style itself is quite difficult to emulate overall. Don't get me wrong, I'm still quite happy with this build. I think it came out well and manages to capture the essence of an Elven structure in a fairly convincing way, but I think this style does need a bit more refinement and practice before we start on the Elven cities in the Colonizing Conan project, which will be based in the southern jungle with the more malevolent Elven faction in the northern jungle. Atop the tower, I built a simple roof, utilising spiked accents and sloped sides on the supporting walls to create an unusual though quite interesting and attractive roof design. Next, for the other 2 rooms. These are fairly simple and easy to create, and honestly are pretty self-explanatory. The roof designs for each room is pretty simple too. It's basically just a case of following the flow of the shape of each structure to create the roof. I also used spiked accents on these 2 rooms to create some architectural consistency between all the structures on this platform, which definitely helped to give the build a little more style and substance, along with of course keeping things consistent. Finally, after fencing off the platform, I then built 2 brazier platforms on either side of the build. This design is something I saw quite a while ago. I can't really remember where I saw it, but I remember it looked quite interesting, but I just haven't tried it yet. But these decorative brazier platforms really work quite nicely to present lighting in an interesting way. The bends and spiked shapes of these platforms are consistent with the architectural style of the rooms on the main platform, and overall these brazier platforms work really quite well. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. Approaching the build, I've lit the home with purple radium torches and included plenty of statues, banners and large braziers on the brazier platforms. Approaching the build, I've lit the home with purple radium torches and included plenty of statues, banners and flowers around the platform, along with placing large braziers on the brazier platforms. First, we enter the office space. This is a fairly minimalist space where the elven resident will write out potion recipes or incantations, and of course includes a small bathroom. Heading around the platform, we next reach the kitchen. This is another small room that is designed to be fairly minimalist, though it does offer the facilities necessary to prepare, cook and serve meals. Finally, entering the central tower, this is the main living area. I've included hanging orbs to introduce a clean, almost neutral light into this tower, and I've used these ornate decorations quite liberally to fit the mystic and intricate atmosphere that I think suits the idea of an elven home quite well. Heading up the elevator, this is a fairly modest bedroom that again focuses on that intricate mystic atmosphere. The neutral light in this tower definitely helps with that, I think. It keeps everything clean, whereas I think the purple light would have been just a little too overbearing. And there we have it, an elven home in the Exiled Lands in map square L7. Thanks for watching. As I mentioned before, this is something of a practice build for the elven architectural style in the Colonizing Conan project. Speaking of which, there should be another progress log coming up probably within the next few weeks for the Colonizing Conan project. I'm looking forward to showing you guys what progress has been made. Quite a bit has been done over the past few weeks, and overall I'm just pretty excited for you guys to see it. As I mentioned earlier, this video is indeed sponsored by NordVPN. If you want to stay safe on the internet and ensure you can't be tracked by shady individuals, all whilst being able to access Netflix, BBC iPlayer, ITV, Hulu, HBO and more regardless of where you live, all whilst maintaining blazing fast internet speeds, NordVPN is the perfect choice for you. When you use my link or discount code, you can get 68% off a 2-year deal, which comes out to $3.71 a month, an absolute bargain price for such a great service that I use almost every day. The software is a small download and it's easy to use. One click and you're both connected and protected, and you have full access to the internet. Nord also has very strict policies on protecting your data, meaning you can browse in confidence. Visit nordvpn.org/eradyt or use code eradyt at checkout to claim this huge discount and get the best VPN service available on the internet, and also help me out a lot at the same time. As always, thanks to Nord for sponsoring the video. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to both follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the links in the description. Again, don't forget you can get 68% off NordVPN when you use code eradyt at checkout, or you can go through my affiliate link in the description and pinned comment below. YouTube is currently my full-time source of income, so if you enjoy the content and would like to help support the channel so I can continue to put out the best content possible, do consider becoming a patron. There are multiple tiers of support from $1 to $20, offering many different benefits from a mention in every video to Discord roles, and even sneak peeks of every new video before anyone else. The link to my Patreon is in the description, so if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to consider becoming a patron. On that note, a thanks to our current patrons Sammy, Sodialot, Randar, MK Pantheon, Velma, Shannara, and Torn. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.